All right, we're back. It's episode number 18 of Average Jim's Cooking Show. I appreciate you watching. We're going to do some German dishes tonight. We're going to do a beef rouladen, something I grew up on. It's really simple to make, really good dish. We're going to make a German potato salad. We're also going to make Spaetzle. It's basically a German dumpling. And then I'll probably make some fried apples to go with it. I'm going to do a little different tonight. Usually I show you all the ingredients for everything I'm making. There's a lot of different things going on tonight, so I'm kind of going to do in steps. You know, each part will make a new dish, but I'll show you the ingredients each time. So as you're watching throughout the video, you'll kind of see everything that gets used all at once. A lot of it we've done before, so some of it's pretty, simple to see. But we'll go ahead and get started with putting the beef rouladen together. So if you want to come over here, what I've got, it's basically pieces of top round, sliced pretty thin because we're going to roll these up. And again, just get with your butcher. There's three important things to have in life: a good butcher, a good bartender, and a good lawyer. So keep that in mind, and you'll live a long, prosperous life. We're going to use brown mustard. I just happen to have Nathan's, another endorsement, hopefully, because it's good. Got some sliced up onion and some bacon. Again, cook this maybe about 10 minutes. It's not quite crispy, but it's going to cook inside, and I'll show you how. What we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of the top round there, just like that. You're going to take some brown mustard. Now, traditionally, you put pickles with this too. I don't like that. I don't want hot pickle hit going with this. So we're just going to rub brown mustard around, take some slices of onion, and just put that right in there. And a little bit of the bacon. We're just going to put that in there. Now, some people put the bacon in raw. I wanted to cook it just a little bit. And we're going to roll it up and take a toothpick, come right through it so it stays together. Now, we're going to sear these in a pot, and I'll show you that. I'm going to finish putting these together, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes to go on to the next step. All right, we're back. We've got a stock pot here. You can see nice and hot. We've got some oil in there. And what we're going to do, we want to sear these rouladen off. So we're going to put them in the pot here, just line them around, let them cook for just a couple of minutes. And then what we'll end up doing, we'll pull them out after a few minutes of them cooking, and we're going to make a gravy inside the pot there. Because what we want to do, if they're over here, what we want to do is get some of that beef flavor, in there, kind of help make a broth for it. So we're going to let those go for a few minutes, and then we'll be right back, and we'll start making the gravy. All right, went ahead and pulled the rouladen. You can see it's got a good sear on it. They're pretty well cooked. Back in the pot here, I added a little bit of water. You can see all the juice and everything that's come loose there. So what we're going to do, now this isn't really traditional, but I just want to do it. I got a few mushrooms there cut up. I'm going to put that in there, and we're going to put about a tablespoon of butter, maybe a teaspoon, just a little bit there. And what we're going to do, we're going to start to make a gravy, the mushroom and the meat flavor here. Now there's really not too much liquid in here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a can of beef broth, just pour that in there. And then, of course, we're going to make a roux with flour and that little bit of butter. And again, you've seen it before. That's going to help thicken it. So you just want to pour some flour in with it there. As it heats up, it'll start to thicken up. So what we'll do, once that gravy comes together, we'll go ahead and we'll put our rouladen back in there. We're going to let it, what's called braising. It's basically going to help cook in the liquid. And we're going to let that simmer for about half an hour. So again, give it a couple minutes for the gravy to thicken up. Once it comes up to temperature, you'll see it. And then we'll go ahead and add the rouladen back in, just let that simmer. So when we come back, we'll get started on some of the other dishes. Alright, so we're going to take a look. Our rouladen is going really well right there. You can see it simmering in that gravy. So it's gone about 20 minutes now. You want to let it go at least half an hour to 45 minutes. So we're going to get started on the potato salad over here. Got a few pounds of potatoes. Just basically boiled them, peeled them, If it's a bigger potato, you want to slice it up. You want bite-sized pieces. As you stir it, it's going to break up a little bit. So what we're going to add to that, this is about 1/4 of an onion, just diced up there. We're going to pour that in. We've got some fresh chopped parsley. We're going to put that in there, just sprinkle it around like that. And we've got some bacon here, but we're not going to use that. Some people put bacon in with German potato salad, serve it hot. I never liked it that way, so I'm not going to do it that way. Take a big pinch of kosher salt, sprinkle that around, and look what's back. The pepper mill finally broke down and bought some peppercorns. Expensive as hell too, excuse me, but go ahead and get that in there. I'm going to pour a little bit of vegetable oil, not too much. You don't want this too greasy, so maybe 2 ounces there. Just pour that in. And again, we're going to use, because I like it, it's sweet, rice wine vinegar. Gonna just pour about 1 ounce of that in there. And that's really about it. It's a very basic potato salad. You just want to mix everything together. If you like, more pepper or salt, you can taste it, see what it needs. If you want to let it chill for a little while, it's good. Like I said, it's definitely not a hot German potato salad. It's cool. So let it set up like that. You can top it off with some paprika if you want to. But basically that's it for now. So we'll be back in a minute and we'll get working on the Spaetzle. Alright, everything's going really well right now. I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the fried apples because the Spaetzle only takes just a couple minutes. So we're going to put a big heaping tablespoon of butter into a pan there. That's going to help make a sauce for it too. I've got 2 apples, just regular Red Delicious, just diced up. We're going to put in there as well. And about 2 ounces of currants. Again, you can use raisins if you want to. I just like currants because they're a little more flavorful. It's a more fortified raisin. So we're going to let that go. It's going to take about 10-15 minutes for it to come together. You want to add some cinnamon. Just go ahead and sprinkle some of that on, as much or as little as you like. And you want to add some brown sugar. And what this is going to do, it's going to help make a glaze on the apples. You're probably used to it, apple pies, stuff like that. So we're just going to go ahead and put some brown sugar in there. If it starts to get a little too thick, because of the sugar, you can add some water and help it thin out. But it's pretty much going to make it like a syrup over it, and it's really going to glaze the apples up. So you want to let that go, like I said, about 10-15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it that it doesn't burn. And so we're going to let that go. When we come back, we'll go ahead, make the Spaetzle, finish everything off, and get it all plated up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make a little bit of Spaetzle now. Some people call it Spaetzle. Spaetzle is the way I know to pronounce it. It's basically a dumpling. I'm not going to make a lot because my daughter doesn't like it, but I'm just going to make a little bit. So I got a cup of flour here. I got 1 egg beaten up. You're going to pour that in there. And you want to add a little nutmeg. It's just tradition. Just a little bit there. I don't use fresh nutmeg. Don't have the budget for it. I could probably ask the guy that makes the filet mignon chili. But as you're mixing this up, it's going to be pretty thick. It's not going to be quite as thick as a dough, but not quite as thin as a pancake batter. So you just want to add a little bit of water. As you're stirring it, you'll be able to tell. It's still going to be somewhat tacky. It's really not much to it. It's just a simple dumpling. So again, as you're stirring and mixing it, you'll be able to feel the consistency of it and just add water as needed. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this and we'll be right back. Alright, you can see we've got our mix together. You can see it's pretty thick, kind of tacky. I've got a pot of boiling water, put some salt in it. Now there's a couple different ways to actually make this. I've seen it done. People will take the batter, they'll put it out on a cutting board and kind of cut it into the pot to make little noodles. Another thing you can use is called a Spaetzle press or a potato press. You basically put the batter in, squeeze it out. I don't have that, so I'm going to use basically kind of like a calendar over the hot pot here. Won't fit exactly, but it'll work. And you just want to pour it in here. So what will happen as it presses through the little holes, you'll start to see little pieces drop out, and that's basically what we're looking for. Some people make long strands of it. Again, this is just how I know how to do it. So it's going to boil in the water. It really doesn't take that long, maybe a minute, minute and a half at that. So as it keeps dropping, you know, you'll see it start to come up with the boiling water. You know, when it starts to float, it's pretty much done. So go ahead. I'm just going to finish doing this real quick. We'll be right back. I'm going to show you one more step to finish off the Spaetzle, and then we'll plate everything up. So I'll be right back. All right, so everything's ready. We're just going to go ahead. I went ahead and pulled the toothpicks out of the Rouladen, so we're just going to set a couple of those up on a plate here. I went ahead, made some Knockwurst too, so we're going to put that on there. And then with the Spaetzle, what I did, let's go ahead and get some gravy on here too. Pour that right over. So basically what I did, after I finished cooking it, I had some leftover bacon. Just kind of crisped that up in a pan a little bit. And then we'll go ahead, put some gravy on there. Got our fried apples and currants. I'm just going to pour that on the edge of the plate. And then we're going to grab some of that potato salad. Put that onto the plate as well. So again, it takes a little while to make all this. Pretty simple techniques, but definitely a hearty dish. Got some pickles to go with it. So I hope you enjoy it. It's Rouladen, some Spaetzle, potato salad, and fried apples. Alright, that was episode number 18 of Average Jim's Cooking Show. I definitely enjoyed making it. I'm definitely going to enjoy eating it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Again, as always, if you want to send me any comments or suggestions on Facebook or YouTube, I'd appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Take care.